What is Big Things Bend? Big Things Bend is a 6-week process of self-discovery, self-excavation, self-awareness that I created for myself to get myself out of a decade of pain and darkness. I have a master's degree in psychology, so I was able to draw from theories of clinical psychology, of positive psychology, which is a relatively new field, of neuroscience. I added on the spirituality layer of energy healing, chakra balancing, and a lifestyle layer of nutrition, of exercise, of general well-being, because all of these things are interrelated. And what I found in my own healing is that specialists are so specialized that they don't do a lot of the interdisciplinary crossover work. I mean, how can they? I'll give you an example. For years, I suffered a tremendous pain in my hips. And I was sitting with my orthopedic doctor putting another round of stem cell injections into my ass, which, by the way, is extremely painful and a very demoralizing experience, and to no avail. And I asked him, how much of this do you actually think is emotional? And he said a lot. And what was he going to do at that point? Was he going to let me hobble off the table and say, hey, why don't you go down a spiritual path instead? No, he's going to use the tools that he has at his disposal, and well-meaning as he was, and try and make me get better. But the problem is you cannot work this at a symptomatic level. You have to get to the cause. So where does Big Things Bend come from? As I was doing my own work and addressing my own fears and my own pains and my own blocks, something that came up for me was I always felt like big things would break. I'm a singer, so my references are a lot of musicians, Amy Winehouse, Whitney Houston, my own father. And the thing about these stories that we tell ourselves is that we each come with a confirmation bias. So what that means is we look for data to support that. So here I was going through decades of my life believing that if I got really big, I would turn into an Icarus and burn myself into embers and flames and everybody else around me. I had to find the fear. I had to find where it was sitting in my body. Surprise, there was a lot in my hips. And I had to befriend it. Because here's the thing. Fear is always there for service. It is trying to tell you something. So you don't want to banish it. You don't want to repress it. You want to talk to it. You want to learn where it's coming from. And that's what I learned. Do all big things break? No. Big things with integrity withstand. They bend. They evolve. And that's where the name comes from. And integrity, by the way, doesn't mean morality in the way that we think about it. Integrity means wholeness. So who should apply? If you are suffering from chronic pain and inflammation, if you have a constant feeling of a lack of vitality and energy and listlessness, what I like to call I can't feel my life syndrome, if you've had low-grade anxiety and depression that is just persistent and you've tried a lot of other things and you can't seem to shake them, and or if you feel like there's more to life and you want to get there and you just don't know how, this is your crash course. So how does it work? It is a 6-week hybrid program, which means some of the learning will be delivered online. We break it up into the 6 major buckets of your life: relationships, health, career, money, that's a big one, spiritual health, overall integration. You will receive a video module that you can watch at your own time, where I teach a number of the theories and the tools that I've learned. There are exercises for you to complete on your own. You meet with me once a week and you meet with the group once a week. Oh, do I really want to work with a group? I know it's tricky. I don't love group work. I didn't love group work until I realized that there are 2 very key things that come out of group work. One is accountability. You simply cannot slack. And 2 is community. It's really powerful to have a group of people that are going through the same thing you are. I bet you many of you don't even tell your closest friends and family about the inner conflict that you're dealing with right now as you watch this video. And often you shouldn't, because family comes with a whole lot of baggage. And right now you need to be centered so you can hear your own voice. The other thing I will provide is a roster of practitioners that I have worked with and can absolutely vouch for. And this, I think, is very valuable because finding the right guide is like dating. You may kiss a lot of frogs, and I've done that kissing on your behalf. So if you are looking for an energy healer, or you are looking for a therapist, or you are looking for a shaman or an astrologist, now I have people that I can refer you to that will take you further down that path that calls you. And it will. How much does it cost? I don't know. How much is your peace of mind worth to you? It's a lot less than that, I'll tell you that. How do you apply? The first cohort starts May 3rd of 2021. You can apply with the link in the bio. I will go through it. You will only be accepted if I think I can help you. If not, I'm happy to send you out to somebody else who can to the best of my ability. We'll chat beforehand, and then away we will go. Why am I doing this? Because I can, because I've learned. I don't want anybody to have to suffer through the pain that I went through if they don't have to. And until there's a video on how to sort out your life in 6 weeks on YouTube for free, I might be your best bet. And I leave you with this thought. I truly believe that each of us is here for a reason. We have a unique set of gifts, of talents, and skills. And if we don't use them, the entire world misses out. So think about that. This is not even about you. This is you doing the work to get out of your own way so that you can fulfill the purpose that you're meant to fulfill on this planet. Because guess what? Nobody else can fill that role.
From shining, everybody wanna shine. I was born like this, don't even gotta try.